Ladies and gentlemen, with 4 3-minute rounds of boxing in the light heavyweight division, this being an international contest. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the green coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scale, 12 stone, 3 pounds, 12 ounces. Tonight is his 15th appearance in a boxing ring. Presenting from Penivzis, Lithuania, it is Vaidas Balciauskas. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue coloured shorts trimmed with white. At the weight he scale, 12 stone, 1 pound, 9 ounces. From one contest, he has 1 win. Hailing from Wigan, here is Connelly. Timekeeper at the bell, Peter Humphrey from South Yorkshire, Doncaster in fact, and referee in charge of the action, Mark Lyson from Liverpool. 4 3-minute rounds.
Okay, boys, proper on the rules. To obey my commands. Tell you to break clearly, defend yourselves at all times, boys. Go to both.
Here we go then. Casey Connelly's second professional fight. Dropped Curtis Gargano on his debut, on her way to a routine points victory, and looked very good in doing so.
Round 1.
Joining us for this one, Jamie Moore. How are we doing, mate?
I'm all right. How are you, pal?
Yeah, I'm not bad, thanks.
Gate crashing the party for the fight.
How much have you seen of Casey?
Do you know what? It's the first time I've seen him, so that's why obviously we go through the bout sheet and pick out somebody who you know, one of the contests where you want to get involved in, and because I hadn't seen him, I thought it'd be a good chance to sit down and have a look at him.
Started well behind that jab, nice and relaxed. Same as his debut, really. He was picking his punches really nicely, and obviously he dropped Gargano in that one. And not many people do that, so it's a bit of a statement.
Yeah, tough as old boots, Curtis. So he must have landed a cheeky one when he wasn't ready, when he wasn't expecting it. It's a nice jab to the body there, and a right hand. It's good work. I like people who work off the jab to the body. Sort of sets a nice little trap and opens them up.
His opponent's looking a bit wild there, isn't he? He's just swinging for the fences just a little bit. Obviously Casey using his advantages, moving out of the way, sidestepping.
I'd have to hazard a guess, 100% he's been Sports Direct for them shorts and socks.
Looks like something out of the PE bin, doesn't it? That when you turn up for PE without your kit.
That's it. He's had to mix and match there. He's not messing about. He's got green, the luminous yellow, and red and black. I've got to admit, I had a bit of OCD about my kit. There's not a prayer I could have gone in a ring like that.
Yeah, a few fighters are like that, aren't they? There's stories of Crawler when he fought for the world title. He was picking his socks for about half an hour, wasn't he?
Yeah,
between red, white and blue and all sorts.
You know the old saying, you look good, feel good, perform good. He's doing some nice work here, Casey.
Yeah, and obviously in preparation for this with Rob Rimmer, he's got Charlie Schofield, Jack Massey in the gym. That's perfect sparring for someone like Casey, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think, you know, he's down as boxing at light heavy here, and I'd suggest and Rob will probably tell you the same, because he's weighing in on the day. He's having to box at that weight, but if he could get a day before weighing, I'd even go as far as to say he could probably make middleweight. You know, he looks that sort of structure. Definitely a super middle, but I'd reckon that you could get him down to middleweight and he'd be strong, because Rob knows his stuff, he knows his nutrition, and he'd be able to help him. There was a cheeky right hand on the return there and a left hook.
Just giving Casey something to think about then, isn't he?
Do you know what? This is what you want when you're coming through. You don't want people who just go into the shell and don't give you anything to think about. When they're returning shots and, you know, at least trying to give you some problems, then, you know, you're going to be learning little things along the way.
Yeah, good opening round that for Casey. First one in the bag. And we can't have you on commentary without talking about your stable you've got now. Jack Castrol's now been added, and Jack's another fantastic talent, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a great talent, obviously British champion, so he's obviously progressed really well up to now, but just from what I've seen in the gym over the last few weeks, he's got loads of improvement in him as well, which is a great thing. You know, he's for what he's achieved already. He's only 24 and he can only get better. So yeah, he's the latest addition, and 10 pro fighters now. It's a good job I've got Captain Chaos, my mate Nige Travis, helping me out. Otherwise I'd be snookered. But you know, there's a great buzz, great atmosphere, and everyone's enjoying themselves. Everyone's working hard, and everyone's learning off each other, which is another great thing.
Yeah, and you got Mark Leach on the bill later, and he's a guy that people are starting to talk about. Mark now as someone that on the domestic scene, he's someone that can cause a lot of trouble. Definitely,
he's had a little bit of a stop-start, you know, to his pro career, but he's getting a bit of momentum now, and he's in a division where you know it's not stacked with talent. There's not that many fighters around that division. You know, he's even toying with the idea of going down to Superfly, which he's going to get opportunities, you know, sooner rather than later. So. He's an unbelievably talented kid. He just needs those opportunities, and he's definitely talented enough to be fast-tracked through. And you know, fingers crossed he can put a good performance in tonight and start shouting for that vacant British title, really, at super flyweight if it's possible. But you know, first things first, he's got to do the business tonight.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's all well and good talking about that, but if he doesn't get the job done tonight, then all those plans have been derailed.
It's nice there, left up, straight right. Yeah. Lovely little combination. He's got a nice variety of shots, you know. He's not just going in there like you see many professionals who've just turned over, you know, jab, 1-2, 1-2 left up, you know, going through the motions. He's got a nice array of shots. Obviously, Rob's working on those little screw shots through the middle, which I like, you know, slotting it right in the middle of the guard, and then he goes downstairs to the body. So, yeah, he looks like he's got a nice boxing brain.
Picking his shots very nicely as well. He's not wasting much when he throws it. There's that lead uppercut landing again. Sean, what have you made of this one so far?
Casey, yeah, I think he's really good. I think he's got some great guys in the gym down at Rob Rimmer's gym, as we know, Charlie Schofield and people like Jack Massey. So before he turned pro, he was doing a lot of sparring with them already. So he's already had that experience of being in with guys, you know, bigger than himself. And he seems to be doing really well in this particular fight. I've noticed a lot of the shots that he's getting off, he's getting them shots off. He's stepping away quite quickly, you know, making his opponent miss a lot, which is, you know, it's good to see. I'm quite impressed with his work so far.
I'm not even going to attempt to say the opponent's name because it's definitely a tongue twister. But he's having a little showboat in there, and you know, trying to show out to Casey and just saying that he's not hurting him, but a lot of the time that means that he is. You know, he is feeling the shots and he is having an effect on him.
I think you'd know better than anyone, wouldn't you?
Well, a lot of you know, when I was coming through, I was a nuisance when I first turned professional. I had, you know, high pace, high work rate, work the body, and the amount of times where I'd hit someone with a body shot and they'd sort of shrug the shoulders and pull the face as if to say that didn't hurt, and then within another 10 seconds they'd be on the floor with a body shot. So that's
the good old delayed reaction.
Going off experience, yeah.
He's certainly marked up under his eyes already in this one. The shots are getting through from Casey.
Yeah. Ring girl's doing an absolute fantastic job as usual. We should start a petition. Keep ring card girls. It's getting beyond the joke now, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's got their opinions on this, but I think it's, at the end of the day, I've always said myself that these guys, you know, these ladies sort of say they know what they're doing, they enjoy coming to the shows, they enjoy watching the boxing and following the fighters' careers, and at the end of it, they're getting paid as well, so there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, and we should be keeping ring card girls and not ditching them.
Exactly. I'm getting really sick of everyone getting offended about everything lately. It's really annoying me.
I think a lot of people feel the same.
The problem is social media and the internet has given everybody a voice.
It certainly has.
And people who probably afraid to speak in person are really, you know, they probably go 10 times the opposite direction when they feel like they're anonymous or they can just say something. So it's a sign of the times there. I sound dead old now. Go on then, Luke. Why don't you have a go at pronouncing the opponent's surname? Balciauskas. Yeah?
Balciauskas, I think.
Balciauskas.
Passo just does it with an accent and
Balciauskas.
like merges it
To
all
cover it
together.
up.
Passo just wings it. Yeah, he's hurting there. He's got that nice little right hand over the top. Watch now, any minute now, he'll showboat as if he's not hurt.
Yeah, I think he dropped his hands as soon as the right hand landed to say, come on, is that all you got?
Yeah. But again, you know, that jab downstairs is opening the door for that right hand over the top, because the more he can establish that jab downstairs to the body, the more he's getting him pulling his elbows in, and then he'll find that right hand over the top.
Yeah.
That's a nice uppercut as well.
He's got a really good variety of punches, Casey, and that's another thing that I've been quite impressed with. And you mentioned it earlier, Jamie, the variety of punches, the screw shots up the middle.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's had good success with the right hand, but he's not gone right hand happy.
Yeah.
You know, he's still working on other shots and trying to set it up, which is it's a good sign for a young professional. There's that nice sharp right again. Nice little change of tempo there now, so he can probably sense that his opponent's getting a little bit weak, or getting a bit tired, and he's gone through the gears. It's all good stuff.
Still picking his shots nicely though. He's not rushing his work.
No,
he's not smothering his work as well. He's keeping a good amount of distance in between as well.
Been a great performance this so far. Made improvements as well on the first fight. You can see that clearly in there, and that's what you want to see when you see young fighters in the ring.
You can forgive people for being a bit over-eager on the debut. It's a big occasion. Nerves play a big factor, but generally, the second one's nowhere near as nerve-wracking, and you can see he's settled. He's got a good variety, and listen, let's not talk about him like he's beating a world-class fighter, but that's irrelevant. The main thing is he's nice and relaxed. He's got a good variety of shots. His hands are nice and tight the majority of the time. He's doing exactly what he should be doing against an opponent like this, which is all you can ask.
Yeah.
Corners 10 seconds.
I think he's had a good opportunity within this fight to be able to work on things that he'll have been working on in the gym, and I think it's quite evident from the sort of movements, the punches he's thrown, the variety of punches. You can tell that he's been working on a lot of this in the gym, and he's had the opportunity to execute this in the fight. And he's now, as you can see, starting to step up the pace at the start of this fourth round.
Yeah, you can tell the stuff what Rob Rimmer's doing with him in the gym is working, because he's, I'd imagine he's worked a hell of a lot on the combinations and the different variety of shots in the gym. But to be able to bring that into a contest under the lights, under pressure, is a different kettle of fish. And sometimes it takes 5 or 6 pro fights before you start to do that. So you can see that Rob's been doing a lot of work with him. And the kid's obviously got a lot of trust in Rob, because he's then carrying out what Rob's asking him to do.
I like the way he's been switching from head and body there, just in them exchanges. Luke, how would you score this one so far? Would you say it's a bit of a shutout?
I think you just struggle to argue otherwise. It's been a good performance this from Casey, really impressive stuff.
The only thing what Balciauskas has won in this fight is the worst socks competition.
What about Lewis Van Potch's bathrobe on the way in?
Yeah.
That was something else, that, wasn't it?
Luke had mentioned that he may have taken it from the hotel.
It was old school, I'll be honest with you. It was like Rocky Marciano-esque.
Yeah.
With a flat cap and the tash. He come over to me and Nige before because he's obviously a Peaky Blinders.
I was going to say that. That's why.
He was a bit awestruck by Nige, so Nige loved it, lapped it up.
Coming towards the end of this one, and I think it's safe to say Casey's got the job done in there, barring anything dramatic in the last few moments of this one.
It's a good, solid performance. You can't ask anything more than what we've seen from him. You know, other than getting him out of there, which is always tough against guys like this. It's a good 4 rounds under his belt. He's not really put a foot wrong, and it's good experience for him under his belt.
It's what he needed for his second professional fight, to be fair. An opportunity to work on the stuff that he's been going through in the gym. And as you can see, as he's getting the exchanges in now, he's throwing the punches in, he's trying to get out as quick as he can. And I'm really impressed with Casey. I think he could go a long way.
Job done, and I think we'll all agree that was another clear shutout. He'll be looking to keep busy now as well, won't he, and get out as soon as possible, get a few more fights under his belt over the next 6 months or so. Yeah,
and that's key for any sort of prospect coming through the progression, is to keep him busy. There's nothing worse than being sat around for 3, 4, 5 months when you're only doing 4 rounders. You could do a 4 rounder every week if you wanted.
Yeah.
I had 9 fights in my first 12 months as a pro, so I was lucky in that sense because Steve was getting me on his shows like this, and I was also boxing on Frank Warren shows as well, so I had the best of both worlds. So I know it. I felt like it did me good in my progression.
Referee Mark Lyson has scored the contest 40 points to 36 points for your winner from Wigan, Casey Connelly. Your appreciation, please, for Vaidas, Balciauskas.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, just listen. Second meeting or anything else, I'll always see you. See you soon.
We'll see that.